that record was of that stature?
Actually, to be honest, I thought people had forgotten about it, because after that we'd moved on to other things. But it's nice to know that sort of thing keeps coming back. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice to, it's nice to know that it's been included in the sort of 25 years thing. Well, wouldn't it be for anybody?
Do you remember how long it took you to record the track?
I basically wrote it as one of the album tracks, because the other ones were Death on Two Legs and whatever. It was my batch of songs for the Night of the Opera album. And I think it would be very difficult to say, because we don't do album tracks like sort of wholly. I mean, we just do a bit and then come back to it and do other songs. So I'd say all in all, it could have taken at least 2 weeks of solid studio time. That's like every day. I mean, I know for the fact that just the operatic section, the mock opera in the middle, that took basically a week of just overdubbing, the multi-tracking, the voices. I think Bohemian Rhapsody was like Roger kept plumbing for that from the very onset. It was a very risky thing to do at the time, because I know we thought, oh dear, in those days it was always a 3-minute single, and because it was 5 or 6 minutes, it was a song of extremes, I mean, we'd done it, everything we did on it was like to its extremity, and we decided we're going to release it, and if it was going to be a hit, it was going to be huge, otherwise it was going to be a massive flop. And we just took that risk.
When Bohemian Rhapsody was #1 week after week, and then a few more weeks, and then a few more weeks, what was your mentality?
I know what... I read that little piece of yours, and you thought I made lots and lots of money. Well, I didn't. Well, I did, but it's all gone anyway. Spent it all. What better than... I mean, it felt good because we just kept coming up... At that time, we kept coming up with songs that just got better and better in sales, as well as it gained us a wider audience and things. And with Rhapsody, it just broke all kinds of barriers, really, because, I mean, we got all the mums and dads coming to see us, and it was great. We've got such a wide cross-section of people coming to see us, that, in a way, that sort of made us sort of think in terms of delivery on stage as well, of how to sort of gear the shows, and subsequently led to sort of me playing more piano, and now we're doing a lot more acoustic set. So it was good from that point of view. I mean, it's sort of much wider appeal. It got us a wider appeal.
I first heard We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions while driving through Vermont. I heard it on a Boston radio station, and the reception was not too good in the mountains there, and I thought it was one song, because I didn't hear the disc jockey announce the titles or anything. They fit together so well.
It's funny you say that, because we actually tried that, and we thought they didn't fit that well. I don't know, maybe we were just looking at it from the sort of musician's point of view. There were a few songs that we kind of had EMI listen to before we released it. Just wanted them to say what they thought of if they could pick a single out. And they said exactly that. They wanted the two sort of, they wanted a crossfade, or just somehow link the two pieces together. And we tried it, and we just felt that to do that, one way or other, one song had to lose out. I think it's also, you're talking on sort of two different composers, actually. So, I mean, that's the nitty-gritty, I suppose. In a way, it's a kind of a double A side. And I know on the album they come, there is a kind of butt edit, as they call it. And they just, I mean, We Are the Champions starts immediately after We Will Rock You.
Sounds completely absurd. I think that that opening of We Will Rock You is, for me, the most exciting moment on the album. It reminds me of a combination, as I said, of Little Bitty Pretty One, Thurston Harris, and The Jungle Line by Joni Mitchell.
Oh, God. Yes, it's very freaky. That whole colossal sort of army marching, or whatever, was just done by the three of us, for the four of us. Just overdubs and overdubs, We don't believe in anybody else joining in, I suppose.
The We Are the Champions song, when I heard you were coming out with a single called We Are the Champions, my immediate thought was, here's a song for the Terraces. Mm-hmm. Did you have the population in mind when you wrote that?
Very much so, yes. That was very cold and calculated, and I just wanted to write a song. I think I must point out that nearly all the songs on the album had that kind of sort of treatment. I think that being that we weren't going to sort of allot ourselves a lot of time trying to work out whether things were going to work. I think it was a different kind of discipline, and we said that from the start, that we were just going to not waste a lot of time and try and work out different ideas. We were just going to stick to the first idea that came, and we were going to have that kind of discipline, be decisive. And I think with that in mind, we had to write in that kind of format. And I mean, we're the champions. I mean, I just knew straight away I just wanted block sort of chords. I wanted a very sort of sing-along chorus. And I said, okay, it's going to be a participation song, which in a way we will rock you as well. Sort of two ideas. And I said, okay, I'm going to sort of write a song that involves the terraces, like you say. So it is very cold and calculated, and it's to the point. I'd love them to join in. In fact, a very funny thing did happen, because when we did the promo film for the We're the Champions, a promotional film, and we had an audience of about 1,000 or so. And in between takes, when they had to wait, I mean, it was very interesting to see. While we were waiting, they kind of sort of did exactly what I'd hoped would happen. I mean, they went into the chants of "We are the champions," that kind of thing. And it was great. And when we came on, they sort of took the melody line from the song, which is exactly what I'd hoped would happen.
And an obvious single, really.
I suppose so.
Invariably, the first single off of a Queen album is one of yours. Then comes a mixture of authors, and I'm wondering if there's a me next type scramble at times.
Actually, I know we're always fighting about that. There's a lot of emotional strain on the coming, but in the end, I would like people to think that we do pick the song for its musical content or whatever we think is the best song to follow the first single. I usually like to think that we do think of letting all the composers getting a credit, you see. Because after all, I mean, they're all a collection of songs that are on the album, and they're good enough to go on the album. So if you look at it that way, I would like to think that any of the songs can be single. It's just, which one is it going to be?
Well, you have one...
Being very diplomatic, you see.
Well, and it's also probably necessary for you to be that diplomatic. The song which opens side 2 on this album is one of yours, and it sounds like a potential single, if it perhaps were not quite so risque. Get Down, Make Love.
I would have liked that to have been the first single, actually, but as I was saying, I think it does run into a few difficulties from I think the BBC were thinking, I mean, can you imagine lyrics like, I fuck your mind, you blow my head. I mean, that would be it.